Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting session. This is going to be an awesome spotlight session all around AI-powered pedagogy. Now, as you all know, this is a conference about the future of education, right? It's about the classrooms of tomorrow and trying to maximize the amount of impact that we can have on our students, helping them build their futures and become more comfortable around tech. But it's also about how new emerging technologies can make your job a little bit easier in the classroom and enhance your teaching experiences as well. And a huge part of that, of course, is artificial intelligence. Okay, in the last couple of years, mainly in the last year, AI has come on leaps and bounds, and you can't go anywhere without hearing about it. And I think for a lot of educators and teachers, the question on everyone's lips is, how can I apply this effectively in my classroom, right? We've all seen ChatGPT. We know that it can assist us in ways like that. We've all seen AI image generation and the things that can do. But how do you apply the power of AI into your class? Now, at Wakelet, as you know, if you saw Wakelet Live, we are moving into AI in a really, really great way. As you can imagine, there's so much content on Wakelet. So for us, the main thing was understanding that content. That's led to some really, really cool advances in AI features for us here on the platform, including AI-powered search, AI-powered discovery and explore, and of course, the image generator as well. So on that note, I would love to introduce our incredible lineup today. We have Becky Keane, Liliana, and Heidi. How's it going, guys?
It's great.
Hello, happy to be here.
Good, good. I thought it would be useful just for the folks at home who may not have heard of you before to just give a really quick introduction before we dive into the session. Obviously, you'll all have a turn to share the thing that you've been working on, the stuff that you want to share. But how about you, Becky? Why don't you share a little bit about yourself with the folks at home?
Well, my name is Becky Keane, and I'm an educator and an author and speaker from the Seattle area of the United States. And I've been a huge fan of Wakelet for a long time now, after meeting with the team at Bet UK in, I think, 2019 or 2018, somewhere in there. And I'm excited to share with you today and also to learn from Heidi and Lily.
Awesome. And how about yourself, Heidi?
So I'm Heidi Gooden. I'm actually from Georgia, Ellaville, Georgia in the United States also. I'm a STEM coordinator for 17 school districts. I work for Chattahoochee-Flint-Risa. So I work for 17 different school districts and do whatever they need. Focus on science, technology, engineering, math, and when we do STEAM, we add in the arts. And so Wakelet has been a huge part of my life for the past 8 years, and just an amazing platform to utilize and for teachers to utilize. So I'm so excited to be here today and to learn from Becky and from Lily also. And it's always great to see you, Mesbah.
Oh, thank you so much, Heidi. I can't wait to hear your session as well, because I get to hear your accent for 20 minutes, which is beautiful. I love it. There's so much music to it. Thank you so much. And Liliana, please, a little bit about yourself as well.
Hello, everyone. My name is Liliana Stamfeld, and I teach I'm a geography teacher. I teach geography from 5th to 8th grade and in Osijek in Croatia for almost 18 years. But besides my geography, I do many additional activities, and I'm trying always to implement new things and to enhance my lesson. And I'm really excited to be here. And everything I do, I combine with Wakelet. I'm also a Wakelet ambassador, so I'm happy to be here and to learn from Becky and Heidi also.
Thank you so much, Liliana. And of course, all of you have been involved in the Wakelet community. You've advised us on new features that you want to see, and you're critical parts of this. So it's such a pleasure to see you all. And also, Liliana, I would recommend anybody to go to Croatia. It is such a beautiful country. I was there a few years ago. I went there with my mother, and my gosh, it was phenomenal. Everything from the food to the weather. Everyone's really tall and good looking as well, which is something that I've noticed. And you guys
so you need to come again.
Yes, of course. I'll definitely be coming again soon. Okay, let's kick it off then. I'm going to get backstage and I'll leave Becky to it with your presentation. Thank you all. And we'll see Liliana and Heidi in just a few moments. Thank you. Okay, Becky, shall I bring up your presentation? Are you ready?
Yes, drop me in.
Amazing.
Thanks, Risa.
Thank you so much. Take it away.
Thank you. So again, hello everyone. It's fun to see some friendly names in the chat and also get connected to some new community members. So I'm here today to share with you how I use AI to support Wakelet collections. And that's what Lily and Heidi are going to be doing as well. I'm going to be primarily showcasing how I use Microsoft Copilot. It is my go-to generative AI tool. It is free for anyone in the world with a free Microsoft account. So everything I'm showing you today is freely available to everyone, no cost involved, and this is something you could do immediately. I do lots and lots of training on Copilot, so I'm not going to get into all of that specifically and how to use Copilot because we're here really to talk about Wakelet. But just know that if you're interested in learning more about AI in general, and then specifically Copilot, I'm definitely someone you can connect with. So thinking about Wakelet specifically and how I do use Copilot quite often on supporting my Wakelet collections, I want to just walk you through a workflow and how I use Copilot specifically, but again, any generative AI tool will help you with this process depending on its feature set. And we want to start by creating a Wakelet collection. And so if I have a lesson coming up, for example, many of us in North America just experienced this last April a pretty exciting space exploration opportunity, which was our solar eclipse, our total solar eclipse. And while I did not get a good view here in the Seattle area, it was something that we were talking about a lot with students. So I'm picking that topic as a launch pad for my Wakelet collection that I would use with students to talk about what is a solar eclipse and how do we see one and when do they occur and how is this a phenomenon and all the things like that. So in Copilot, you'll notice I'm signed in with my free personal Microsoft account. I'm in creative mode, which means I'm going to be using GPT-4 for free inside of this environment. Instead of typing in a prompt, I'm going to go ahead and just paste one in that I already have prepared. But when you're prompting, especially for this purpose, I want you all to keep a few things in mind. Keep in mind the audience, so the grade level of your students or the age of your students. If I find that if you're in the United States, you use terms like fifth grade and elementary. Worldwide, we're using more terms like year 7. And so age is also a good idea. It's also helpful to give your purpose, so why you're creating this collection, why you need these websites. It's helpful to give a topic, of course, and then a limit. So I've given those things in my prompt. I've asked Copilot, I'm teaching 10-year-olds about the solar eclipse. Provide a list of 10 science websites that can support their learning. So let's see what Copilot has to tell me about this. Now, the reason that I find it really handy to use Copilot in this situation is because I'm looking for web links specifically. And because Copilot is connected to the internet, it's actually looking out on the internet and giving me those source links that I can then decide as the human in the mix here, as the teaching expert, which of these sites are most beneficial for my students. You'll notice that it's sourcing these sites at the bottom of the response and also as footnotes. So if I hover on the response, I get a preview of the website here, and then I can just simply click on the link itself and it opens in a new tab. So this allows me to determine, again, as the educator, oh yeah, this is a really good site. It comes from a nasa.gov. That's a very reliable source. I feel like this is legitimate. So I can copy and paste this URL into my Wakelet collection, or I would definitely be using the Wakelet extension. I'm in Edge browser. Edge browser is the only browser I've used for about a decade. And good news, if you find an extension that you love and it's in the Chrome store, hey, guess what? Those also work on Edge. So anything you see that's a Chrome extension transfers over to Edge browser as well. So I have the Wakelet extension for Edge browser, and I can just right from here, go ahead and hit save in my solar eclipse collection. And I can do that with obviously all of these different websites. So let's just grab a couple more. This one looks good, a NASA space place. This looks amazing. I said I have 10-year-old students. This looks like a great website for 10-year-olds. And I can come back to this later, of course, and determine if I want to use some of these activities or not. You'll notice that Wakelet pulls in the logo, the site title, and the description that's coded into the website itself. Wakelet isn't necessarily generating these based on some sort of secret code. It's pulling the data that's already coded into the website. And sometimes I don't like these. So in a moment, we're going to talk about how to edit those things for your students, also using AI. So I'll just grab a couple more. Here's a list of websites. That's not exactly what I want for my students, but it does give me a chance to lateral read. So I could then use this as a launch pad for finding some other great websites. Here's some other websites that are listed, and I can get to more of them through the links at the bottom. So this is a really, really fabulous route for kind of kicking off your Wakelet collections. Let's go now to what we do once we have some content in the collection. So I'll just refresh my page here and see that those sites that I saved through the Wakelet extension have landed right here in my Wakelet collection. Now that's why I had you, and I talked about this workflow, I asked you to start by creating your collection, because then it's just super easy to use the extension, or even my mobile Wakelet app. I add content to Wakelet collections all the time from my phone, and you could do this entire process from mobile, just using the Copilot app or the Edge app on your mobile device, then send to Wakelet straight from there. So this doesn't have to be done on a full computer. It can be done wherever you're working in the moment, which is awesome. Another thing that you might consider doing is searching for other Wakelet collections that you can embed into your collection. It's a little bit meta, it's a little Inception. We do it all the time. Wakelet, of course, gives us that option through the Explore scenario here. But did you know you can search Wakelet collections from Copilot? Get this. I can actually tell Copilot to just look on the Wakelet domain. So here's my prompt. I'm telling Copilot, because it's connected to the internet, use the domain wakelet.com to search for content about the solar eclipse. And because Copilot isn't working on a locked data set from months and months or years ago, you're seeing real-time content that's created right now. So I'll hit submit, and you'll notice that Copilot is actually in the back end. You might have caught it. Pause the video if you're watching the recording. It's using Boolean search to target an exact website. And then it's giving us a collection on Wakelet that talks about solar eclipse. So this is a way that I can jump in and find really relevant information quickly that's been curated well without going through the Explore menu and maybe having to browse a lot of different collections to find something quality. So I'll just pop over here and add that to my Wakelet collection. I could have used the extension to do that, of course, as well. And so now I have some content built in here. So a couple more things I would do now at this point with Copilot. One is I would write a description for this collection to land at the top to introduce this content to my students. Because I'm in a conversation about solar eclipses already, I don't have to restate the obvious here. I'm still in the same conversation in Copilot. So I can come in and ask Copilot to, ready for this, write an introduction. I'm writing an introduction to these resources for my students to read, is what I'm prompting. Write one paragraph, I gave a limit, and include some space puns. I don't have the cognitive time in my day or energy to come up with fun space puns for my students, but Copilot handles creativity so incredibly well. So we're going to check out what Copilot has to say about a paragraph to introduce solar eclipses to my students. It's writing these things in GPT-4. Sorry, I work on a program with GTPs. I mess that acronym up backwards all the time. I know which one it is, but it comes out wrong. So I'm going to copy this information and go drop it into a text box inside Wakelet. Now, something interesting about this, because I'm doing this inside Edge browser, if I highlight that text, guess what pops up? Rewrite with Copilot. So if I don't like what came in first from anywhere on the internet, if I'm using Edge browser, I can just go in and say, hey, Edge, I really need your help with this. Maybe I didn't love part of it for some reason, and I can choose a different generation of this. Now, this means that I could do this later, a year from now when I'm reusing this Wakelet collection with other students. I could always come in and refresh the terminology really quickly by using Copilot to support. So that's something to consider, a very quick way that you can get this information out to students. Another thing I want to point out here is the opportunity to use Immersive Reader for any text on screen. And while that's not generative AI, it is definitely AI, and it is absolutely worth mentioning. If you haven't seen Immersive Reader from within all of Edge, or especially Wakelet, you need to check that out. It adds a lot of accessibility options for your students, as well as translation features which are AI powered, and brings this content to life for so many of our students, especially through the verbal annotations. So make sure you're checking that out. Okay, so we've added an introduction for my students. We've added all sorts of content here. Now, what about these logos and the text? You'll notice that this website didn't bring in text automatically. So that's another place where I can choose to use Copilot. I can grab a description of this website to drop in. I'm not going to write that myself, though. I'm going to go back to the website. I'm going to use the Edge sidebar to open up Copilot and choose Generate a Page Summary. So this is going to look at the web page that I have open right now. It's going to analyze the page for information, and then it's going to summarize the page. Now, in this case, I didn't iterate the prompt. I didn't change the prompt at all. It's just summarize a web page. So I'll stop responding, and I'm actually going to do this in a different way. I want the latest version of GPT, and I really, really want to make sure this is targeted to my students. So instead, I'm going to ask generate a page summary for my 10-year-old students. It should be 2 sentences. Okay, giving that prompt information is really important. It's going to give you the best content, the best output, which will take me the least time to change. I always follow the 90-10 policy here. If you spend 90% of your time writing great prompts, you only have to spend 10% of the time fixing them. So it brought in this nice little summary, which then I can copy and paste over into Wakelet. Oh, sorry, wrong Wakelet, wrong solar eclipse Wakelet. And I can just drop that here on the page, and that gives me an opportunity to introduce students to the topic without having to read the entire page and summarize it myself. The last piece that I want to point out to you here is about imagery. Now, if you've been paying attention to Wakelet Live, you probably heard the incredibly exciting information that we now get to generate an image straight from within Wakelet. So we've been doing this a lot of different ways, many of us in the Wakelet community for a long time. And I'm not here to dig super deep into image generation, but I do think it's really fun that when we were preparing for this session, Amy, shout out from the Wakelet team, was like, yeah, image generation, interesting topics. So, and she did not give anything away, but here it is now available inside Wakelet. However, we know there are limitations with image generation that may cause you to want to use some of these other tools. The Wakelet image generator is excellent, but most image generators do not handle text well at this point. So there's just a lot of reasons that people choose to use lots of different options. I use Microsoft Designer, I use Midjourney, I use Canva's Magic Media for my image generation, and I also use Microsoft Copilot because it's built in to Copilot. So I can, from right inside Copilot, choose create an image of a solar eclipse. I'm telling it what to do. I'm in creative mode. I'm telling it a style. I want it to be photorealistic. I'll submit that. Copilot will create an image. Now, by default, Copilot creates images that are square. You can change this in Microsoft Designer to a landscape 16:9 ratio. You can also, in Midjourney, set your aspect ratio to fit exactly what you need. So Copilot has generated these different options for solar eclipse. I happen to love this one, so I'll choose that. Then, using Designer, once again, I can choose to come in and change this up. Like maybe I want something to look really incredibly different with a filter. Maybe I want to change the aspect ratio here to go to that landscape mode. But in this case, I'll just choose download really quickly and then go back over to my solar eclipse. And maybe I want to change this little thumbnail because we're talking about total solar eclipse. So then I'll just upload that image from my downloads folder. And now I have a custom image created right here from within Wakelet. Now, a couple of tips for you. I tend to keep a folder on my desktop of logos that I use all the time. For example, if I'm linking to a Word document or a PowerPoint presentation from my Wakelet collection, I often end up with a logo that I don't really enjoy. So instead, I keep some logos saved in a folder that I use all the time, and I'll just drop in a Word logo here or PowerPoint or PDF because I like them to look really pretty. Another couple of tips for you is that the background image for your Wakelet collection can also be square. So you can use that image that you created in Copilot as a background here. And the longer your Wakelet collection gets, you'll just scroll through that content, but your background image remains the same. Another thing that you can do here is inside Canva, just do a search for Wakelet, and that's going to give you the exact right size for a Wakelet header. And then if you wanted to add text to this, right, and I'm not going to open in the Canva app at this time, then I would just grab this, copy, paste into Canva. Oh, that's the wrong paste. Hang on. We don't want that. I want this. Oh, here we go. Let's give it a minute to actually copy. I was going way too fast there. Now we paste. And then I can add text over the top of this solar eclipse image. It is just really angry about pasting for some reason from the clipboard, which I do all the time. So I'm not sure why that's happening right now. Yeah, that's really fascinating. I copy from clipboard all the time. So what we could do instead is grab it. Of course, we can always upload if for some reason your clipboard isn't working. There we go. And then I can add text over the top of this, which again, generative AI doesn't handle really well at this time. But that's a great way to then create a really interesting, we could go a little bit crazy here, total eclipse of the heart. And then I could bring this straight into Wakelet as well. So those are some ideas that I have for you. I want to hand it off to Lily at this point, but I do want to just come back and just quickly end with, of all the tools I showed today, I would love to help you learn more about any of those things and more. You can always reach out to me. You can subscribe to my Wakelet collections, follow me on social media, or connect with my company, i2e.edu, that I work for, to get some more training on any of the things I covered today. So thanks, Misbah.
Oh my God, Becky, so many incredible ideas there. That was fantastic. Like for me, one of my favorite moments of these things is when I find something out about Wakelet that I myself as a team member don't know about. So the things that you showed there, especially with like using Copilot to search for things on Wakelet, was just mind-blowing. And I love the step-by-step guide. That was fantastic. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
I'm so glad.
And I would really recommend following Becky as well on social because the stuff that you post is fantastic. Thank you so much, Becky. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, great. And next up we have Liliana. Liliana, if you can get your presentation ready and I will add it to the stage.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Liliana.
Mm-hmm.
Liliana,
Thank
take
you.
it away.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. As I was listening, Becky, I was surprised when she mentioned some things that I didn't know. So I learned a lot from this session. Something I hope that you will learn something new from my presentation, because even though I teach geography in my classroom, I'm trying to implement new things, AI or augmented reality. So I'm going to show you some, through my examples, I'm going to show you how I use an AI image generator, and also one platform that you can use to create augmented reality in a very simple way. If you have any question, you can contact me or send me a message. So I put my contact here in this presentation. First of all, I'm going to show you and talk about our tutor. I don't know if you heard, but I use this platform for over a year, and it brought a new way of learning for my students. Like I said, I do many additional activities with my students, so it is a very fun and new way of learning. Our tutor is a platform that allows you to create and edit and publish augmented reality content, and you can register with your Google account. When you register to this platform, it's going to look like this, and you can create your books. But this platform you can use in many areas, in English, maybe history. It can be used in museums or in solving escape rooms. There are many ways that you can use this platform, and you can create augmented reality content in a very simple way without having a coding skill, and it was very positive for me. What are the positive benefits of using this platform? Different texts and books can be revised. And if you have some old, maybe PDF document with text and very simple picture, you can put links and 3D model into that picture, and it can revive. Also, learning and teaching becomes more interactive. It contributes to more independent learning, and which I love the most. It develops creativity and digital skills, but students also can easily create this augmented reality content. How it looks like, this is one example that I create, so you can see here. I'm not going a book, and I put 3D models into the picture. You can see the whole video, but I created in a Wakelet collection the steps and everything you need to know about this platform, and I put here videos that you can watch later if you want to try how to create a book in this platform and augmented reality with this platform. I forgot to mention that to work with this platform, you need to register on the web, but on the web, but you also need to download application, mobile application with the same name, our tutor, and register with the same name. By using this mobile application, it gives you ability to unlock augmented reality books that you created on the web. You can see here, I recently created three books, sorry. And into these books, I put links and 3D models. And when I scan with my mobile phone, it gives me interactive content and also 3D model. Here you can scan this code, and it will guide you to this collection. How I use it in my classroom. This is the first activity when we marked World Space Week in October 2023, where students unlocked augmented reality content that was in the picture. And this activity was for younger students, and you can see here video, short video. Students love this because this 3D model, but also we learned this is another activity when we marked our City Day in December 2023. By scanning the mobile application, students came to different contexts of augmented reality in which the solution for solving the escape room were hidden. As you can see here also in this short video. I create this video, put this into a collection. They have a mobile phone, so they can picture, and the picture are interactive because they need to find the solution for solving escape room. And they also had fun because this 3D model is fun, especially for young students. And the last one is one workshop that was for Science Festival in April 2024 this year. The main assignment for this activity was to create fossils, animals from the past actually, and put these animals in some situation in 21st century. After that, we created 3D models of animals, and we created a book into this platform. And it was also fun, a very fun activity. But those images of animals, I'm going to show you a little bit later because we use an AI image generator for this activity. That was the last one example, but I also implemented this platform Art Tutor when I was creating a story of implementation that was published on the blog Teaching with Europeana. You can see here. I also worked with students and implement this platform with my students. When you register into this Art Tutor platform, you can add many augmentations to this Art Tutor book. You can add image, you can add video links, and 3D models. As you can see here, in this book, I have links and I have 3D models. But it's not a problem to create any 3D model. And when I creating 3D models that I want to implement into a book that I want to create on this platform, I use this online tool, Monster Mesh Zone. It's very simple. You don't have to register. I put a link into this collection. And when you are trying to create, I'm going to show you a video. When you are trying to create 3D model, you just need to, here you can see, insert a picture, then draw a sketch character. That's the first step. And then the second step is to inflate a 3D model, and after that, animate. It's very simple. That's the whole 3 steps that you need to do. And then you download this file, And you will see at the end of this video that file can be implemented into a book that you are creating. You can see here 3D model that's going to be implemented into our tutor book. And we are going to just watch this. It's very simple to use. When you try once, you will know how to do. It's very fun, and my students done that in the last activity, and when you download, it's going to look like this. This is 3D model, and you just simply add into your book. This is our tutor platform that I wanted to show you, and I use it with my students, but it's not the only thing. I use an AI image and video generator with my students. First, Becky mentioned some also some tools that she used. I use mostly Generative and ideogram. They have free version and they have prepaid. You can upgrade, but if you looking something what is free, Generative has 5 prompts per day, but this other tool, ideogram, has 20 prompts per day. Generative is an AI-powered image and video generator that allows you to create image by providing a prompt. You can simply, if you know what you want to generate, you can write a prompt. Your prompt can be enchained, so you can click here, or after that you can provide additional details of what you want to create, and after that you select the style. You have 3D, cosmic, nature, or something that you choose, and click after that generate. It's very simple to use. As I mentioned before, my students had an assignment for Science Festival to create fossils in 21st century. They needed to place animals in some situation in 21st century. As you can see here, they used Generative and many different pictures of animals, and after that they created because the theme was intelligence. So we think that we can do this for Science Festival. And after that, we created 3D models in our tutor platform. This was Generative, but sometimes I use also ideogram. It is also a generated text tool that allows you also to create a very beautiful images. As you can see here, I use it very often, especially with my students. You can register with your Google account, and also in Generative you can use Google account. I put here some examples of pictures that I created by using ideogram, and this is one collection, European Day of Parks. We marked European Day of Parks in May this year, and the main assignment was to create a picture by using an AI image generator, ideogram, through eyes of students. As you can see here, they create images by using ideogram, but some students didn't have ideas, so we used the Magic School AI we asked Rihanna to give us a prompt. So they create pictures by using ideogram. You can see here they are really realistic. And we put this picture into Canva and combine also with Wakelet. This is also one example. And the last example that I want to share with you is something that we did on a World Water Day in April 2024. The theme was peace, water for peace. And for that day, students needed to create an image by using an AI image generator, GameCraft or ideogram, of what we as individuals can do to preserve our water, our oceans. As you can see here, we combine also Wakelet, we combine AI image generator. We also combine Class Toolnet to create breaking news, and these pictures are from students. What did they create? And they wrote a message for that day. And this is about it. And I have to say that every activity that I do by using an AI or augmented reality with my students, for every activity I create a collection, Wakelet collection, and in a Wakelet space, so that I have everything in one place. So if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer. And I hope I gave you some idea how you can enhance your lesson. And maybe if you want to try to use this platform, our tutor, it's very simple to use and to create 3D models. Once you try it, I think students will be thrilled. I know my students are, especially the younger ones, because they are very happy when they can play with 3D models and watch many things by scanning with mobile application. So this is it, Misbah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Liliana. That was absolutely fantastic. So many fresh new ideas, so many new platforms for people to try out. And thank you so much as well for like giving details on the platforms and their payment plans and which ones are for free and how many, all of that stuff really matters. So we appreciate it. And I know that the community appreciates it. The chat is just lighting up on this session. So many really good comments coming in, because I think people are really inspired at the ease of how you and Becky are showing it. I loved how also, this is not really AI related, but I love how you're showcasing the work that you've done. You're recording those learning milestones within Wakelet. And it's so important because then you can show them off at moments like this. And I also like the creativeness of everything as well. You know, a lot of people think that AI is the enemy of creativity. It's not. I'm a very creative person. I use AI. The creativity comes from generating the right prompts. The creativity comes from being able to bundle things together and make them, you know, make something that's the sum of its parts as opposed to just an individual thing. So really, really cool stuff.
When I use this tool, AI image generator or video, I'm trying to show them what are the positive things of using AI, not so much negative things.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they had fun. They have fun with that.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah. So
well,
thank
Liliana,
you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to take you backstage and put Heidi on. Hey, Heidi. This has been really cool, right? How many awesome things have you learned already? Sorry, you're muted, it looks like. Maybe I can unmute you. No, you have to unmute yourself. There we go.
So is that good? Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Oh my gosh. So cool. Becky and Liliana. I mean, just so much wonderful, just
Yeah, yeah,
greatness. But you know,
yeah.
what else could come from Wakelet Community Week except for
I know,
greatness?
right? I know,
And
exactly.
you know, it's so, somebody put in the chat about better together. You
Mhm.
know, we are so much better together. I just cannot, that's just so awesome. It's just a wonderful platform. I'm just so thankful for you. I always am thankful for Wakelet. Y'all are just amazing.
Heidi,
Um,
we are absolutely nothing without you guys. I like we mean that. We've said that from the start. Like yourself, Liliana, Becky, and all the other ambassadors and community members who get to share their voice and their ideas. It's because of you that this all works. But I don't want to hold you up. I'd love to see what it is that you're going to show. So I'm going to add your presentation to the stage, and
awesome.
when you're ready to take it off, I'll nip backstage and I'll be back when you're ready.
That will be great.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you.
so I'm going to go on and get started. Thanks, Misva. So I really hope that everybody can kind of see um, what I'm looking at. So right now, this is the collection that I did for this session. Becky and Liliana, this has just been so amazing. But as I told you earlier, so I work with 17 different school districts. So I'm starting my 32nd year in education. How in the world have 32 years gone by so fast? When I think about education from where I began to where I am now, and the use of AI in the classroom, I just think it's so amazing. So, of course, we all start with Chat GPT. Um, and just like what you said, Misva, about the use of chat gpt and how the use of ai, and people say that that is stifling creativity. No, you just have to use the right prompts. So with all of my teachers, and I really hope that that just went to my chat gpt um, page. Let me see if it did. Maybe no, it didn't. So look, I'm gonna add sharing my whole screen if that's okay, Misba. Let me share my whole screen really quick.
For
Hold
sure,
on.
yeah. If you prepare it in the background, then you just let me know and I'll bring it in.
Okay, let's see. Entire screen. There we go. And maybe it will share. Maybe it's just going to gray me out. Let's see.
No, I'm sure it will.
Okay. So I'll go back to the tab and I'll just go back to the AI.
You could share the window because within the if I don't know if it gives you the option to share in a window because
Okay, there. Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
share in a
So,
window, then
so
you
let
can
me
go
share the
through
window.
tab.
All
Okay.
right. There we go. Maybe that'll work.
Yes. Okay. If you head over to the tab that you want to show, and then I'll bring you back to.
Okay.
There we
Is
go.
that
Okay.
great?
Bam. We're back. Perfect.
Okay, awesome. So if I go to Chat GPT, so can y'all see like my Chat GPT that just came up?
Yeah.
Can everybody see that?
Yes, we can see that. If you
Yes,
go back
very
onto that,
good. Awesome.
yes,
Awesome.
we can.
So, what I love about this, this is allowing teachers to work smarter and not harder. And so, of course, when I have teachers that come to me and say, I need help, I need activities, I need ideas, then all we have to do is put in the prompt. And you'll notice on the left side, what I love about all this AI and about a lot of the chatbot opportunities that we have, because there are so many chatbots that we can take and use and utilize to make our education experience better. But I can just put that in and then I have it right there, and I can always go back to it and pull it up and add to and make it better and make it our own. And I do love, love, love that. So of course I use Chat GPT. I love what Becky did on Microsoft Copilot, because half of my districts are Microsoft and the other half are Google. And I love Google. And what I love about AI is you can use both. You could utilize both. So with Google, of course, we had Google Bard, but now we have Google Gemini. And so with Google Gemini, just like any other chatbot, it's so user friendly and so easy to use. And you just put in that prompt, and if I want a lesson, give me a lesson about the water cycle on the 4th grade level, then all of a sudden, when I put this in, it will just automatically generate. So I'm just going to put this in really quick and show you how it is going to come up, and how that is just, it's just such a wonderful tool. It's such a wonderful instrument that we can use. And so it gives us a lesson plan, and it gives us an activity about the water cycle. And, it's here before a minute is gone. And it gives us so many ideas and activities. And what I love about Wakelet is then I can take this and I can then put it in my Wakelet collection that has resources for all of my teachers about the water cycle. All I have to do is just highlight it, copy it, plug it right in to my Wakelet collection, and it's there. I'm going to go back to my Wakelet collection for just a moment. And I am going to tell you that I told you that I'm the STEM STEAM coordinator. Well, lately we're preparing for a huge STEM camp with high school students. Next week, we're doing a huge STEM camp. So it's the Jet Tech Camp. And so we've been building a Wakelet collection, putting in ideas. And all I have to do is get those ideas from those chatbots, pull it into Wakelet, and then I have all of my activities, all of my ideas right there at a click. And I don't have to worry about losing them. I don't have to worry about not knowing where they are, because they're right there in my Wakelet collection. And I'm just blessed because of that, because it allows me to work smarter and not harder. So I do utilize ChatGPT. I do utilize Gemini. I do utilize Copilot. But one of the chatbots that I've just recently found is Perplexity AI. Perplexity. So I am going to ask Misbah, in the chat right now, are there a lot of people that have utilized Perplexity AI? Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. Exactly that. Has anybody in the chat used Perplexity? However, there is a slight delay between us and the chat, Heidi. So you might be waiting just a little while. So maybe come back to it.
Okay, well, we will come back to it. But with Perplexity, like I was talking about with my STEM camp that we're just doing, I just put in the prompt of, can I have some ideas for a high school STEM camp? And what I was so excited about is with Perplexity, not only are they going to give you ideas for the prompt that you put in, but they're also going to give you various resources in the forms of various articles that they have found. So not only do I have their answer from their chatbot, but now I also have 5 different articles on STEM camps or STEM activities for high school students. Now, what I can do with that is I can then take these links, I can copy them, I can go back to my collection for my STEM camp that we were talking about earlier. And all I have to do is put it in my Wakelet collection, paste that URL, paste that picture, and it will be right there. And so once again, it's working smarter and not harder. So it's helping the educator. And before our session, the session right before our session, and they were talking about teacher burnout. Teacher burnout is a big thing, and she was talking about the power of effective classroom management. All of this with AI goes hand in hand to help with that classroom management and to help subside that teacher burnout. So if you haven't used Perplexity AI, I strongly recommend that you check that out, because it is another chatbot that not only will give you prompts and answers, but it will also give you additional resources and additional articles that you can verify what you are doing, that you can get some reassurance, that you can get some, yes, that is correct. What I need to do is right there. So check out Perplexity AI as well. I just really think that is just an amazing thing. And I would love for everybody to check that out. I am going to, I think that I am frozen maybe. Can you hear me, Misbah?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly. Oop, I think now, oh no, we can hear you perfectly, Heidi. Say something. Can you hear us? Maybe your sound has gone. We can hear you, Heidi.
I think that
we can hear you. Looks like you're having a few technical issues, Heidi. Okay, I'm going to try and use the private chat. We can hear you, Heidi.
Can they see?
They can see you and they can hear you, but you're not.
Yeah, everything.
I can't hear them. I can't hear
Oh
them.
no.
So my great friend is helping me, because evidently
Hey.
I'm having some technology difficulty.
Well, Heidi, if you can hear us, oh no, you can't hear us.
I can't. It won't.
Yes,
Stop sharing.
Don't you love these moments, chat? They make us feel human, right?
Okay, so my computer evidently is locked up, so I'm going to I'm going to get back in, and I'll be right back with y'all in just a minute.
Okay, so I'm going to remove Heidi from the chat. And then I suppose freestyle. If anybody has any questions that they want to ask about Wakelet and the new features that we've put out during Wakelet Live, then this is probably your time to do it, because I've got some time to kill now until we get Heidi back. Heidi, when you do get back, if you can hear us, then please do just let us know in the private chat on StreamYard. Jessica asks, can more than one teacher work on a collection? 100%, Jessica. On Wakelet, you can collaborate in many different ways. You can have students join a collection, you can have teachers join a collection, and now with our introduction of a new refreshed workspaces, you can have entire teams of teachers working on a collection. So yeah, you're going to have to keep me company now, everybody in the chat, until we get Heidi back. You're going to have to ask me some questions. This is probably your chance. Tisha, you've come to the rescue. What are the top 3 tips you remember from the presenters during this session? So Tisha's decided to test me on a live webinar, which is great. Very much, Tish. Well, I loved the fact that Becky showed the amount that you can do using Copilot. I had no idea, to be honest with you. I thought that Copilot was just like an assistant, but clearly you can create some incredible learning experiences, and there's stuff that I'm going to use on there too, so that was really good. Then from Liliana, I loved the creativity, of course. I think that AI does get a bad rep when it comes to creativity. Like people think that it steals creativity, but I don't think so. I did think that to begin with, right? Because I'm a writer. Like I do a lot of copywriting, and obviously when ChatGPT came, it's like, whoops, now what? But you can, you quickly realize that using it to just try and reach that end goal is silly. Like, you use it to inspire, you use it to generate new ideas, you use it to just try and make things happen quicker. I think back to what Heidi was saying, work smarter, not harder. And I think that's very evident. Heidi, can you hear me now? Because I can see you backstage. Okay, I'm going to bring Heidi back in.
Technology is wonderful when it works. You know that, right? Yes.
We got you back. We got you back.
So what I was just saying is, we just have to work smarter and not harder. Check out Perplexity AI. Also, I am going to just say really, really quickly a couple of other things that I just want you to check out that I do have in that collection. Like I said, I have to work with, I work with Copilot as well as Google Schools. So I work with Microsoft as well as Google Schools. But I do want everybody to look. If you're a Google school, check out the AI Test Kitchen, because the AI Test Kitchen is so amazing. And it actually has a video AI generator that's coming out that you can be part of their test pilot with that. Just so awesome. And their image creator. So Misbah, I'm just going to tell you, when I saw that Wakelet had the image creator, I was like, oh yeah, let's go. So I'm so excited about that. It's just such a wonderful, awesome world that we live in. I'm so thankful for Community Week because it's global and we all work together and we are better together and we can get more accomplished together for our students across the world. And that's what we need to do, is work across the world. So look, I know I've taken up all my time because I had all the little technology glitches, but check out the collection that I added. Reach out to me. I absolutely love it when people reach out to me and we can work together. We learn from one another and we can build a better world and work smarter, not harder. Misbah, I'm going to throw it back to you.
No, I think that is the mantra leaving this session. Definitely work smarter, not harder. And I think that sums up what we want to accomplish with AI as well, right? Because Wakelet's always been a superhuman company. Like, we really, really want to empower humans to reach their absolute potential when it comes to creativity, organization, telling stories, and that kind of thing. So it was really interesting when AI started to blow up, because it's like, okay, how do we harmonize that with our core message? And we realized that, look, AI is enhancing things so much. It cannot. It's silly to ever even have a fear or think that it would replace the things that you guys are doing every single day. It just doesn't work like that. Humans are very special. We really are. We should never think that we're not. We should never think that AI is going to replace us. I don't think it is. But I think what it can do is make our jobs much, much easier. And that's the point of it. So thank you so much, Heidi. We really, really appreciate you. And we appreciate that session as well. So many amazing ideas there.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Okay, guys. Well, that's it. We've reached the end of that session. I loved that. That was amazing. I always like it when we discover new things about the platform that we don't even know. Like, that's when I know that I'm in a really, really good session. So yeah, that was incredible. And thank you so much for all of your contributions throughout the chat as well, sharing your ideas and your thoughts and your feedback. That's what we like to see. Now, guys, there is a couple more days left of Wakelet Community Week. And I just want to say that it has been such an incredible experience so far. It's always like this every year. My mind is always blown at how people come together, share ideas with each other, make connections, and you're all from all over the world as well. It blows my mind every single time. It makes me really emotional. But I would like to also remind you that we do have competitions running, right? Giveaways. I know that some of you have won prizes already, and we are going to announce more prizes. But we've got a MetaQuest headset. I have one. They are absolutely incredible. We've got a bunch of other prizes as well from our sponsors. Big shout out to ClassLink, our main sponsor. And thank you all for joining. The collection that we just shared, the form that we just shared, that has the certificate in it, but also all of the resources that Heidi, Liliana, and Becky shared during this session as well. So really useful. Definitely try and get that, because you don't have to necessarily rewatch the session. Well, you can rewatch the session, but you can go through that collection and see all those resources in one place too. Okay, I'm talking too much. I know you guys have got a busy day ahead of you, and there are more sessions as well. So I will leave you to it. Thank you all so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having our guests, and we'll see you all soon.